Hi, I'm Harry R and I'm here today to answer your social media questions. I've been asked this before and yeah, it's still the same player as it was when I was asked. I think it was about a year ago now, and that's Moussa Dembele at Spurs. Obviously being a centre midfielder and someone I feel is in a great side and they play to his strengths, but with that he's so hard to get the ball off. He manipulates the ball like no other player really in midfield, and just his pace and power. When he's playing at his best, he's almost impossible to deal with. Oh, that's a tough one. They're both quite tan, so they'll probably be. They probably both like it because they might think they might get a tan from the Lazer or something. I'm not sure. I'd probably pick Biggin, Steve Fletcher, just purely because he's a bit bigger, so I can maybe hide behind him if I'm trying to get a shot at. Yeah, I have never been able to play in any other position, and always from the age of 7, 8 when I started playing for Charlton. Always played centre midfield. Played on the wing a few times, but that's only if other players are injured and they need me to play there. I played on the wing a few times for Bournemouth in my early stage, but training-wise and long-term wise, centre midfield was always my position. The biggest pest on the team. I don't know why, it's a bit harsh because he's not actually a pest, but the first person I thought of was Adam Smith. Just because he's a little bit ratty, so I just thought maybe he's a bit pesty at times, he's a bit annoying. But I feel a bit harsh saying that, but he's the first person that comes to my mind, so I've got to say Smithy. Well, we knew about Naif's strengths before he come, and to get him I feel it was a massive coup for us. So especially someone at such a young age, knows the way the club runs, so it'll almost be an easy sort of procedure for him to getting used to how it is. Jermaine and Asmir are two players that have got so much experience in the Premier League, and two players that you have to respect purely down to just their CV, but when you get to meet them, they're great guys. They've settled into the group really well, and two lads that are really embracing being here. It's the one thing I hate about pre-season. Well, I don't really hate pre-season, I've got to be honest. I actually enjoy it. Like I spoke with Frano earlier, the one thing I've hated from this pre-season is the early starts. We've been getting up really early to miss the sun really, to make sure it's not too hot, but I'm not a great morning person. I'm used to having a lay-in and getting up quite late, so the early starts have been killing me since I've been here, and probably been a little bit more moody than usual. It's quite an easy one. Scott Parker, obviously married to my sister from the age of 5, 6. He's been in my life, and at that point he was a YTS at Charlton, and I remember him coming back to the house even at that age from training, and little things like just seeing him coming home from training, understanding that was his job, even though I was only 5 or 6, was something that stuck with me, and it was always what I wanted to be when I was older. And I have a few regrets when I was growing up. When I got to around 15, 16, I probably didn't listen to his advice, or probably take on board what he was saying, or take what he was doing with his life and implement it into mine. But the older I've got, and the more I've seen how much he's achieved in his career, and see what it's through, and ultimately it's through hard work, and that's something that I've tried to get into my life, and you know, without doubt, I feel if I didn't have him in my life, that there's a strong chance I may have not reached the level I've got to. So, you know, I'm really thankful for all his advice, and you know, he's at Tottenham now with the under-18s, and I think it's a great appointment by them, and I'm sure he'll be very successful in that chapter of his life. Yeah, I was disappointed. You know, looking back at my championship season, I got up to 9 or 10 goals, I think it was that year, and I think for any midfielder, if you ever reach double figures, then you know it's a great season. It's quite rare that you see a centre midfielder score double figures in the Premier League. You've obviously got more games in the Championship to do that, and obviously the level is a slight difference. So, you know, if I was to get 5 to 8 goals in the Premier League, I'd be really happy with that. So, you know, I can definitely improve on last year's tally, and hopefully this year I can, you know, get to where I want to get to.